No One Crosses the Wolf by Lisa Nikolidakis, performed by the author. We lived in a working-class neighborhood where identical ranches and oak trees lined most of the streets. Occasionally, someone had a 2-story house or an in-ground swimming pool, and as far as I was concerned, they were rich. That's all it took to impress me: stairs and water. We were a nuclear 4, my mother, father, brother, and I, with a smattering of cats and dogs over the years. There was a Siberian husky who ran to Alaska, I assumed, to beat the Jersey heat. A golden retriever who, I'm told, fell through a gaping hole in the living room floor of our first home, one I don't remember, and landed safely in the basement. A scraggly terrier named Muffin, whom I adored and everyone else cursed. Pumpkin, Kitty, and a few others, nameless now because they didn't last long enough to be remembered. I was stunned when someone at school mentioned a 15-year-old dog. Even our animals knew better than to stick around. In its opening paragraph on family, Britannica Jr. states, "Each member is expected to behave in certain ways to other members. These ways of behaving are indicated partly by the community in which the family lives and partly by the traditions handed down by the older members of the family. People tend to behave in ways expected of them. Failure to do so usually means that they are not accepted by other people in the community." Expected drips with danger. Who monitors expectations? Our neighbors? Our community? We knew peripherally. The bakers next door, a couple that seemed miserable and shut in. The Kellys on the corner, equally miserable and shut in. The weird house next to us that changed owners more often than the pizza shop up the street. The mean old folks across from us with their yappy white dog that gradually turned pink. None of these people were friends. No one watched each other's backs. Growing up Greek, I assumed that our community had read and internalized The Kid and the Wolf. In that fable, a child sitting on a rooftop sees a wolf below. He pelts the animal with rocks and sticks, calls him all sorts of names. The wolf, slick as can be, looks at him and says, "It's easy to be brave from a safe distance." It's Aesop's "say that to my face, bro." Maybe people noticed that our family was off. Maybe I felt so isolated because we weren't accepted by others. Perhaps they talked about us at dinner or in whispers beneath linen sheets. But nobody knocked on our door. Nobody called the police. No one crossed the wolf.